Dhare. Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hello, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Pateta Pavana Gaura Hare, Gaura 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 Hare, Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hare, Pateta Pavana Gaura Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribal, 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 Haribal. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajagacharya Ashtottara Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki, Prabhupada Anuga Ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtigi. We're reading today from chapter 23 of the 10th canto, being Kartik month, and we are hearing about the special pastime of Krishna, blessing the brahmanas, wives specifically. It's a very beautiful pastime when Krishna is showing to the whole world something very important. Who a brahmana is and what is the meaning of his devotee. And for that he has chosen very simple ladies, wives of some brahmanas. And he has chosen powerful brahmanas on the other side, who are very well versed in Vedic scriptures, very intelligent, very knowledgeable, full of austerities, tapasya, very capable, head of society, as related to simple ladies. That's why it's very interesting, this particular pastime. So, Krishna, to give you a simple overview quickly of the pastime, which you must have heard, Krishna goes with his cowherd boys, as usual, grazing in the forest. He took his cowherd boys, his cows, and he went to the forest with Balaram. And all of a sudden, the cowherd boys were very happy and in great jubilant mood because they are with Krishna and they are out in the open, free, and the cows are grazing, and they were in a very happy mood. And they were feeling, why not have some snack now? You know, we also feel sometimes something little to eat. Especially if you are with grahasthas, you'll always get something to eat little bit. They'll always open some dabba from somewhere and bring surprisingly something will be there. Most of the train journeys you go, as soon as the train starts, within the next 10 minutes, everybody will open the dabba. Everybody is eating something. This is India. So they went and told to Krishna, Gopuchuhu Rama Rama Mahabaho Krishna Dushta Nibarhana Esha Vai Bhadate Kshunnas Tachantim Kartumarhataha. In a very happy mood they are saying this to him. Please repeat. Gopyauchuhu Rama Rama Mahabaho Krishna Dushta Nibarhana Esha Vai Bhadate Kshunna Tachantim Kartumarhataha. Shri Gopauchuhu Rama Rama Mahabaho Krishna Dushta Nibarhana Esha Vai Bhadate Kshunna Tachantim Kartumarhataha. Shri Gopauchuhu Rama Rama Mahabaho Krishna Dushta Nibarhana Esha Vai Bhadate Kshunna Tachantim Kartumarhataha. Want to repeat?
Shri Gopauchuhu
Mataji, Surabhi Mataji, you want to chant? Shri Gopa Uchuhu. The cowherd boy said, Rama Rama, O Lord Rama, Lord Rama, Mahabaho, O mighty armed one, Krishna, O Lord Krishna, Dushta of the wicked, Nibharana, O destroyer, Esha, this, why, indeed, Bhadate is causing distress, Kshut, hunger, Naha, to us, that Shantim, its counteraction, Kartum arhataha, you ought to do. Translation and purport. The cowherd boy said, O Rama, Rama, mighty armed one, O Krishna, chastiser of the wicked, we are being harassed by hunger and you should do something about it. Purport. The cowherd boys jokingly implied that Sri Krishna is a subduer of all bad things. The Lord should subdue their hunger by arranging for them to eat. In this statement by the cowherd boys, we observe the intimate, loving friendship they enjoyed with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Sri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, two characters, one is the brahmanas, one is the wives of the brahmanas, then the gopas. Krishna is using all of them to illustrate something very wonderful about dharma, about religion, about knowing the absolute truth, about love of God, prema. So when the boys are coming and asking Krishna, you should do something about it, give us a snack, we are hungry. So he laughs. And then immediately he decides, he knows that the brahmana's wife are very close by. Because he is the super soul in everybody's heart. And they are very dear to Krishna. Krishna knows that they are constantly thinking about him. They are very simple ladies. But their husbands, brahmanas, are very complicated people. Why? Because they are brahmanas. They know the scripture, they know rituals, they know Vedic sacrifices, they know so many things that they are caught up in all the things that they know and they don't know why I know all these things. What is the goal of knowing all these things? They lost it. So he wanted to show by this amazing pastime that you should not miss out on the essence of the Vedic scripture. And those who catch the essence will do so by His mercy. And they are simple people. Not very complicated at all. If you're complicated, you get stuck in rituals. If you're simple, you become a devotee and go back to Godhead, which is the real purpose of the Vedas. Vedaischa sarver ahameva vedyah vedanta krit vedavid evacha aham. Very clearly Krishna has explained that in the Bhagavad Gita also. And in the Bhagavad Gita he is saying that getting love for me is the most important thing. Even religion is not very important. Sarva dharman parityaja. You can give up religion completely in order to understand this and come back to me. So if you don't understand this, if you get stuck in religion, yani kani chapapani, if you go round and round following rules and regulations only and executing rituals and sacrifices and becoming a great person in the material world known as a brahmana, because you are a brahmana, you lost the whole thing. This is very nicely illustrated here. So Krishna will now make a plan. These ladies are close by. And these gentlemen are also close by, the brahmanas. He told the Gopas, you go to the brahmanas, they are doing a great sacrifice, an Agnishtoma sacrifice, because they want to go to heaven and enjoy there also. This enjoyment is not enough for them. They are planning to go to higher planets and enjoy. So they are doing this great sacrifice. Go to them, don't tell my name. You can tell my name, but first tell your brother's name. Balarama you tell. You tell your brother's name. And you can tell I have sent you. And you ask them for food. Some rice. He set the Gopas on this track, knowing fully well that the Brahmanas will not give anything. If they hear Krishna and Balaram's name, most probably the Brahmanas will not give anything, because that is the meaning of Brahmana. He wanted to illustrate that. So these Gopas were given instruction, don't use my name first, use Balaram's name, and said that I only sent, but Balaram only told to come. Like that, a little, told Balaram's name and just. So they went and told Krishna's name first. For them, Krishna is everything and they're very absorbed in Krishna. Krishna is sent us here, by his order we are here, but Balaram only organized us to come here and ask you. They told, and they told you, please, first they paid obeisances and glorified the Brahmana. And then they told, you please give us something, Krishna, Balaram, and we'll all eat. So these Brahmins, they just kept looking at them like this, from the Yajna Vedi. And these are small boys, just with the shikha in the head and maybe some dhoti or dressed up in their own forest style. They had all sorts of things on them. Minerals, color, chapa, this and that, everything. Fun-looking boys. They are coming and asking, give food. To their very exalted brahmanas. It's a very odd combination of forest, rustic boys from the Cowherd community coming and asking the brahmanas, give some food. So the brahmanas just looked at them and immediately they knew that they may be thinking something. Then they said that, Krishna Balaram sent, they tried that, that also did not work. Then they said that in case you're thinking that you cannot give food now because you have not eaten, it does not matter. As per the rules, they gave rules of the sacrifice and told, you can give till the sacrifice has not occurred. Between this time and this time, you can give the food also. It is nothing wrong. Technically, you will not be wrong in giving. That also they told. Just the brahmanas looked at them like this without any expression. Neither did they say, I will not give, nor did they say, I will give. Both they did not say. They just gave a tough look. Who are you fellows? What do you think we are doing? You know who we are? And you know what you're asking for? Asking the wrong thing in the wrong place to the wrong people for the wrong persons. Everything wrong about you. That's the type of look they gave. We are brahmanas. And they waited like this. Since they didn't say anything, these boys turned and went back, running to Krishna and said, they refused to give. Krishna immediately laughed. It's mentioned here that he started laughing. Because he said, yeah, this is what they will do. they will miss a great opportunity to serve the Supreme Absolute Truth. They'll miss a great opportunity to serve Yajneshwara, the Lord of the sacrifice. He's standing here and he's asking, you want to give anything? No, we want to go through the laborious procedure of doing the yajna and chanting the mantra and then requesting to get the fruit. But here is the fruit very simply waiting. Yajneshwara, Krishna is here. Would you like to give? No, we'll not give. This is why I said they are complicated. Very complicated. The same question asked by Arjuna in the 12th chapter also. And Krishna says, Klesho adhikataras tesham avyakta saktate chasam avyaktahi gatir dukkam dehavad biravapyate. He says that path is very filled with difficulty and lot of problems. It's better to follow this path of bhakti. Simply worship me and get the benefit. So complicated people. After demonstrating that, Krishna told them, laughed and said, don't worry, go to the wives of the brahmanas in the backside, they will be in the kitchen. They will do anything for me. If you just mention my name, they'll immediately give you everything that you need. The Gopas are very simple. They just know Krishna. And so they said, immediately they ran again to the Yajna Vidhi, passed the Yajna Vidhi and went inside directly to meet the Brahmana ladies. And as soon as the Brahmana ladies, they paid obeisances to them also. First, they want the same disappointment we may get, better we pay obeisances. They paid obeisances. And these ladies had just finished cooking for the sacrifice, everything. And they were sitting and talking about Krishna. Relaxing and talking about Krishna. And these boys came, they looked at them, and the boys paying some obeisances to us and all way. Why you are Yajna Patnis? The Brahmana Patnis. So you are Brahmanis, so they paid obeisances out of respect. So they are not used to, anyway, they asked, they immediately said, Krishna and Balaram are here. They want something to eat. If you give, we will also eat. Very simple boys. They said, if you give, we will also eat. As soon as they heard Krishna and Balaram, the Brahmana's wife became very excited. They became so excited that as soon as they said, if you give, we will also eat, they got up, took all the preparations. Immediately took all the preparations and said, come, let's go. They became very excited. And then it is mentioned here in the Bhagavatam that, seeing that they are taking everything and going, the husband stopped, hey, where are you going? You have to be here for the sacrifice. Sapatni yajnamacharet. Along with the wife only he has to do the yajna. Then only it is complete. Then they did not listen to the husband. Husband just kept going because in their mind they are thinking of Krishna. He's here. We have been talking about him. We've been waiting to see him. We have never seen him and he is the Lord of our heart. And we have invested all our love in him. And he is right here. Who is going to listen to husband? They were going. And then the brothers of the Brahmani Patnis came. Don't do this, eh? You cannot go away in the middle of the sacrifice. Where are you going? Where are these boys taking you? They tried to stop. They did not listen to them. Then their own sons came and said, Mataji, please don't go. This sacrifice is meant for our prosperity and everything. You have to take part in it. They didn't listen to them also. Husbands, brothers, sons. They just did not listen and went with the Gopas. Gopas started dancing and in the front, there's something successful we have done. They are coming with lot of preparations. Avladha, for feast. That's all they are worried about. Krishna will eat and we'll all eat together in the forest. That's all they were worried about. And they took and went, they left without listening to anybody. They went there and they were waiting eagerly to see Krishna. And they saw him exactly there. A very beautiful description of Krishna given in the forest. How he was looking. Krishna knows that they are going to come now. He is the super soul in everybody's heart, especially in his devotee's heart. He is very actively relating with the devotee. So these Brahmana ladies are coming. He knows. And then they come with the food and everything in their hand. And they come to that open place in the forest and they see him with Balarama and with the cowherd boys walking. And his description of how he was looking is mentioned here very nicely. That is a very beautiful description of his beauty. It is mentioned here that, 1 minute, let me read that. Shyamam hiranya paridhim vanamalya barha dhatu pravala natavesham anuvartamam se vinyasta hastam itarena dhanunam abjam karnotpalalaka kapola mukhabjahasam. Very beautiful verse. His complexion was dark blue. This is what they are saying. His complexion was dark blue and his garment golden, wearing a peacock feather, colored minerals, sprigs of flower buds, and a garland of forest flowers and leaves. He was dressed like a dramatic dancer. He rested one hand on the shoulder of a friend and the other one twirled a lotus. Lilies graced his ears. His hair hung down over his cheeks and his lotus-like face was smiling. And in the next shloka it says, O ruler of men, for a long time those brahmana ladies had heard about Krishna, their beloved, and his glories had become the constant ornaments of their ears. Indeed, their minds were always absorbed in him. Through the apertures of their eyes, they now forced him to enter within their hearts, and then they embraced him within for a long time. In this way, they finally gave up the pain of separation from him, just as sages give up the anxiety of false ego by embracing their innermost consciousness. They came to see and they saw Krishna standing there, actually in front with Balarama. And he was twirling a lotus and one hand was on top of one of his friend and he was smiling and talking to them, cracking jokes and very lightly enjoying. When they saw, it is mentioned here, they drank him fully through the eyes, embraced him in their heart. And then Krishna saw them and he welcomed them. Swagatam vo mahabhaga. He's saying, welcome to the ladies. Swagatam vo mahabhaga asyatam karavamakim yanno didikshaya prapta upapannam idam hi vaha. Lord Krishna said, welcome, O most fortunate ladies. Please sit down and make yourselves comfortable. What can I do for you? That you have come here to see me is most appropriate. Certainly, expert personalities who can see their own true interest render unmotivated and uninterrupted devotional service directly unto me, for I am most dear to the soul. He is speaking a very high topic. I am naturally dear to everybody. It's natural for them to fall in love with me. Bhaktim atma priye yatha. I am attractive to the soul. So you have become attracted to me, I can see. So it is not only you, everybody gets attracted to me. This is what's Krishna's statement to them. It is only by contact with the self that one's vital breath, intelligence, mind, friend, body, wife, children, wealth and so on are dear. Therefore, what object can possibly be more dear than one's own self? Krishna is saying, if you are self-realized, you will get attracted to me. That's what he's saying. And for a person who has known the self, what can be more dear than the self? Of course, Mayavadis will immediately take the shloka and give a completely different explanation. But within the context of what's happening here and how the brahmanas' wives have come and how he is welcoming is similar to what the gopis did. He blew the flute and they came tumbling, tripping down And they came all into the forest. Similarly, he asked, "Oh, you have come to the forest at this odd time. Why did you come? Why did you come in the middle of the night?" Because similarly, he asked here also to them, "Brahmana ladies, you have come now that you have seen me and you brought something for me to eat. Now you please go back." Why? Your husbands are waiting for doing the sacrifice. No. You have left that and come. Please go. Without you, the sacrifice will not be done. And then the Brahmana ladies get very disturbed. This is a way to talk. We have come, and they say, forget the Brahmana husbands, forget everything. What is the use of husband, son, brothers, all pain in the neck, they will tell. They all stand in between our love for you. And we have come to the forest. We have nothing else to look for. Accept us. We don't want to go back. We don't mind that you give us no place. We know we are not great people like the gopis. We are happy to just be your maidservants. We will just, whatever lotus garland and the tulasi garland given to you by the gopis that you wear, you will take it out and with your feet you will just kick it aside. That we will take and keep on our head. That is enough, and we will survive here as your maidservant. Don't tell us to go back to our husband. It is not needed. Who are husbands for us? This is very dangerous for people to read in the in their grahastha lives. And I'm sure that people are different types of, what is this telling, like this instruction is coming. But gopis also will say to Krishna, don't ask us to go back. Don't be so hard-hearted. The gopis will say, how can you talk like this to us? You have called us through the flute, and I can't even tell you that because of your flute I came. Because you will argue and say that the flute I just blew. You will tell that, Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai ki. You will tell like that, and therefore we can't even say that. But you are very hard-hearted to tell, why did you come here? You know why we came here. We came to meet you, enjoy with you. And that is what you called us for. Right? So why don't you start the program of enjoying with us? Why are you asking, why did you come? He will even say, oh, you came to pluck the lotus flower? You can pluck it and go back home immediately. He will tell, because the lotus flower have blossomed. Because Krishna is there in the middle of the night, it has blossomed. It will not blossom, only when the sun rises it will blossom. But it has blossomed. Because Krishna is talking to the gopis. It is all, I also do my seva. I should keep ready. Maybe I will be plucked and offered by the gopis. They are ready. So he said, if you want the flowers, you can pluck it and take and go. But you must go back. But the gopis will not go back. They will protest and say, do not go back. You have left for good. We don't mind. But the Brahmanas' wives will be asked by Krishna to go back. And they will listen to him and go back. Because they will think, we are not such great devotees. We are not like the gopis. We are willing to be just very small servants. Very humble they were. So Krishna reciprocated to them and said, you go back. It is not important to be physically with me for enjoying devotion. So nice shloka, he says that it's not important to be with me in my close physical proximity. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Patayo Nabhayusyeram Pitra Bhratra Sutadayah Lokaschayo Mayopeta Deva Api Apumanvate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, rest assured that your husbands will not be inimical towards you, nor will your fathers, brothers, sons, or other relatives, or the general populace. I will personally advise them of the situation. Indeed, even the demigods will express their approval. Because they said, how can we go back now? All the husbands will scold us. He said, don't worry, I will talk to them. You go back. And I even speak to the demigods not to curse your husbands and accept the offering and sacrifice. All that I will make arrangement. For you to remain in my bodily association would certainly not please people in this world, nor would it be the best way for you to increase your love for me. Rather, you should fix your minds on me, and very soon you can achieve me. So he told them, it is, you see, Shravana Darshana Dhyanan Mai Bhavo Anukirtanat Natata Sannikarshena Pratiyata Tato Griha Natata Sannikarshena. It is by hearing about me, seeing my deity form, meditating upon me and chanting my names and glories that love for me develops, and not by physical proximity. Therefore, please go back to your homes. Very important point. You don't have to be with me to increase your love. If you are separated from me and you think of me deeply and render service to me, to my deity form, your love will develop faster. Nahi sanni karshena. You don't have to be physically in my proximity. Very important point he is telling them. They will listen to him and they will give all the foodstuff to him. They will obediently go back. And the brahmanas will be waiting here. Where happened to the wives? They'll come back. They'll sit in the sacrifice and finish the sacrifice. After the sacrifice is over is the best part. The brahmanas are not at all happy. The sacrifice is over and the big Agnishtoma sacrifice, wives came and all that, they did the sacrifice. Now they are not at all happy. Very beautifully they will say, to hell with our sacrifice, to hell with our mantras, to hell with our knowledge, to hell with everything, all these rituals. We miss the chance to actually go and see Krishna and Balarama and serve them. But our wives got the chance. And they don't know all these things like we know. But they got the chance. They became most fortunate. It is mentioned by the Acharyas that after the wives went back, in the association of the wives, the Brahmana's mind changed. Previously they were very tough. They didn't even give little dan. Anna dan they did not give to the Gopas when they heard Krishna and Balarama is here. Now when the wives came back after having seen Krishna and suffused with devotion, in their company they changed. They did the sacrifice sitting next to them, physically associating with the wives, and the wives were mechanically doing whatever the husband told us to do. Their minds were fixed on Krishna. And they are having association of them. After the sacrifice, they said, to hell with all the sacrifice. Our wives are most fortunate. They have gone and seen Krishna. And we could have done that. We did not do that. And they felt very bad. And there's a whole lot of verses they will chant, saying we are unfortunate. And our wives are very blessed. So, this is the pastime. And they will decide not to go and see Krishna. Although Krishna is available in the forest. Why? Because Kamsa will come to know about it. If Kamsa comes to know about it, again he will attack us. Better we keep quiet. We are in a horrible situation. We could not go. Wives went. Krishna is very close by. Still I cannot go because they are afraid of Kamsa. In this way the chapter ends. But here interesting commentary given by many acharyas is very interesting. That the Brahmana Patnis were very simple. And it is mentioned there in the commentary, women can very easily achieve devotion because of their simplicity. They can very easily put their emotion on Krishna. By nature they are emotional and they are simple. Prabhupada comments many times in the Bhagavatam that in all religious functions and everything in India, you will see most of them are women who come to attend. It's because they are very simple and they will take up devotion very simply. They'll start worshipping Krishna, they'll offer, they'll distribute and express their love for Krishna, and they like to hear. And they like to serve sadhus. Very easily they will become Krishna conscious. But the men are more complicated. And especially if they are brahmanas, they'll be super complicated. Why? Because I have knowledge. I have knowledge. And then they will get stuck in that. They'll get stuck in that. So this thing called ritual, performing ritualistically our religious rites, worshipping God ritualistically, because it has to be done, because it is mentioned in the Vedas you have to do. That is not the instruction given by Krishna. Krishna is saying, consciously think of me and do. Machita, madgata prana, bodhayanta parasparam, katayantascha mam nishyam, tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Machita, they keep me in your conscious. Madgata prana, they fall in love with me. I became their life. And in this way they discuss about me. So devotional service is a different category. It's about falling in love with Krishna because of doing some simple activities in devotional service. Chanting Krishna's name, hearing katha of Krishna, becoming attracted to Krishna, serving Krishna in his deity form, and living together because Krishna is our common attractive object. And helping each other because it becomes a completely different atmosphere. It becomes devoid of envy, greed, lust, anger, everything. Atmosphere completely changes because of love of Krishna. So, it can very simply change. Especially women take advantage of it. They can very easily become devotees. But unfortunately today, womanhood is lost. Women have been empowered economically. And they have to compete with men in jobs, in places and everything, and complicate their head with so many things in the workplace. About engineering, about money and finance and business and all sorts of things, which is not very natural to them. And then they have become economically empowered, and they also become thinking like other people. Complicated. They lose their simplicity. They lose their womanhood, where they can very easily express their emotion and become Krishna conscious. So these ladies were not like that. They retained their simplicity. Krishna, we know that we are naturally attracted to Krishna. Like Krishna acknowledges, Atma is naturally attracted to me. Atma priye. Mad bhaktim atma priye. It's natural that living entities get attracted to me. So in this way, if you are not aware, you see, your whole religion will become a ritual. Even your spirituality will become a ritual. If you don't watch out very carefully, the mind will ritualize everything. The intelligence will actually help you to discriminate and show this is ritual, this is spiritual. That is why we read Prabhupada's books and always keep in track and check the mind through the intelligence and keep fresh in Krishna consciousness, alive, fully conscious, serving the Lord actively, consciously. There's a difference you can see. When you're spiritually alive, it becomes full of variety. Although you may chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, repeatedly, every time you chant, you enjoy it. Why? Because you're spiritually alive. You're conscious. Consciously doing it. If you lose that consciousness, it will slowly become mechanical. And your mind will very soon make it a ritual. The fight is between the mind always trying to make it ritualistic so that you lose interest in it. And by association, our variety and freshness and spirituality wakes up all the time. Whenever we have good association, we do a good kirtan, we hear a nice class, we have association of a devotee, and we do some service to Krishna, we have a little freshness and we are spiritually alive. But when we don't have these associations, we tend to become a little ritualistic. Especially if you're a sadhaka and you're just doing your sadhana. Association is very important. So the fight is to make sure it does not become a ritual. And you keep it spiritual. That's why even in Krishna consciousness you can make it ritualistic. Religion has already become ritualistic. Because ritual is required for a conditioned soul. Disciplined ritual. Come in the morning, 8 o'clock, do this like this. Don't keep this here, don't keep it there, keep it here. After that you do this. When the bell rings, go and have lunch. After that come back. This is what everybody likes. Bell rang, oh, let's go and do this. Oh, this happened, let's do this. I need to be given a systematic call. Like telling a dog, hey, do this is the food now, do this. I like ritual. I like to be told what to do. And I will follow it very strictly. Correct time I will come and do it. Then I sleep. Wow, successfully I have done everything on time. All useless thing I have done on time. The main thing I have not done. But I am very happy. Ritual makes you happy. Ritual makes you feel successful. Ritual feels that you are productive. You will see that. Why? You are a prisoner. You go to the jail and see it's all ritual only. Discipline. Correct time, everything has to be done. Otherwise they'll give you to rascal, stand in the line. Not a little bit they'll allow you outside. They beat you. Follow there. No freedom. The fact that you like ritual and you want to be ritualized show that you are in a prison. It shows that you are in a prison. That's the meaning of conditioned soul. Conditioned soul means I like ritual. Please ritualize me, otherwise I'll go crazy. I don't know what to do. Ritualize me. Put me in the paka slots and tell me what to do. Then only I feel some meaning in life. Right? But what happens is you lose yourself. You forget who you are. And you mechanically operate. Unconsciously you do things. When you start consciously doing things, then you will see this ritual is not required. I must awaken my love for Krishna. Yena kena prakarena mana Krishna niveshayat. By some way, this way or that way, I should fix my mind in Krishna. That is why I am doing this ritual. Dharma, religion, according to rules and regulations, so that I must awaken my love for Krishna. If my love for Krishna does not awaken, then I should do something about it. Right? So, don't allow ritual to take over. The mind has got an infinite capacity to mundanize and ritualize everything that you do. And it makes you feel comfortable because everybody around you is like that. Because everybody is in the jail. So in the jail, to practice spiritual life and remain fresh with all these people surrounding you and telling you, you are not doing the ritual, very bad. You are not doing the ritual. I am chanting Hare Krishna. No. I am worshipping Krishna. No. You should do your duty. You should do this duty, that duty, I'll keep telling you. But Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Your duty is to give up all duties and surrender only to me. That's your only duty. It's very interesting. Your duty is to give up all duties. Very controversial statement. But only then your spiritual life will awaken in association with me. You will actually become fully enlivened, enriched, and dynamic. That's what happens to you when you chant Hare Krishna in Kirtan and you're with devotees, you hear Bhagavatam and you are reminded of Krishna. That's the difference between the brahmanas and the brahmanas' wives. The brahmanas' wives were fully spiritual. The brahmanas were absorbed in ritual. They missed the main point of the ritual. They missed the main point of the ritual. So we don't do things without understanding why we are doing. Why are we chanting Hare Krishna? To awaken our love for Krishna. Why am I rendering devotional service under an authority? To awaken my love for Krishna, to chant better. Why am I worshipping the Lord, a deity, and bringing things for the Lord as an offering? So that I'll have a relationship with Krishna. And my love for Him will increase. He will reciprocate with me. Everything that we do is about dynamically relating with Krishna in love of Krishna. And that is very highly blissful aspect. If you miss this point and simply follow the shell of rules and regulations constantly, you lose the juice. The real soul of the program will be lost. Then after some time on your own, you will stop doing it. And you'll get busy with some other thing, which is more absorbing for you. Because of your fruitive tendency and because of your material tendencies, you'll find, at least this I am occupied. I am occupied with this. Why? Because you fail to get a taste. If you get a taste of Krishna Bhakti, then you will not leave it. You will fight the ritual and you will constantly look for that juice. Where can I get the juice? By reading the Bhagavatam, I am getting the juice. By chanting Hare Krishna and Kirtan and dancing, I am getting the juice. By association with certain devotees, I am getting the juice. Where can I get the juice? Become hungry for it. In this way, you will always remain very active and dynamic in your Krishna consciousness. Don't allow ritual to take over. Fight it. Fight it. So you will see throughout Vedic culture, this is what happened. The brahmanas ritualized it and lost the essence. Sakalaneha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. Over a period of time this got lost, so therefore I am speaking it again to you. And you will see Hinduism is all about ritual. You're stuck in ritual. You ask them, what are you doing? Why are you doing? I don't know. My grandfather did, my grandmother did, my father did, my mother did. In Parampara we are doing. Every time we went to this temple and put money in the hundi, went round and round 4 times and put kumkum on our head, sat down under the same pillar and meditated for some time and left. Same thing I am also doing. But what happened in the end? Theriyadunga, adu nalladhu pannom. For a change, it is good also. I traveled 60 kilometers, came here to this temple, my Kula Devata, and I give donation and everything. I feel satisfied. Ritual panna enakku satisfied. I feel my kadamai is over, my duty is over. I can go back now. Most Hindu practices are like that only. I don't want to get involved, but I want blessing. That my business will go on nicely, my material life will go on nicely, I will continue to enjoy materially, my daughter will marry so and so and become settled very well in Europe, my son will take up my business and expand it much more than I have expanded. In this way, my parampara will continue and he will also do the same thing I have done, come again to the same temple, sit under the same pillar and wipe his hand on the same pillar after eating prasadam. Same thing he will also do in parampara. Ritual. Most of them don't know what is spoken in the Bhagavad Gita. If you ask them, what is your book? Christians Bible, Muslims Quran, ungaldu Bhagavad Gita. Padichirkingala illa. But you are a Hindu. Adella theriyunga engalukku. I know. From a young age, my father has trained me. I used to go with him to the temple. I do the same thing he did there also. Ritual. Without understanding what you are doing and why you are doing. Right? Nobody has explained it. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada is the first person in modern times to come and explain, stop the ritual. Do the real stuff. Chant Hare Krishna. Develop a relationship with Krishna. Fall in love with Krishna. Offer everything to Krishna. Your life should be given to Krishna. Boldly he went and told. All over the world he went and told. Give your life to Krishna. And people were inspired. Because everybody, like he is saying here, Bhaktim Atma Priye. I am dear to every soul, whether he is an American body or Australian body or bird body or dog's body, he will become attracted to me. If you present to him properly. And if that love rises in him, after that he knows nothing else. He doesn't need to know anything else. And I will look after him. I will develop a relationship with him and that relationship will grow. So it's a great opportunity to stop being ritualistic and to actually dynamically remain in Krishna consciousness. Right? So I just wanted to tell you that although we speak about Brahmana culture and everything a lot, Prabhupada also wanted to establish a society of Brahmanas. Then somebody will ask question, but why did Prabhupada said that you should become brahminical, you should become sattva-guna? We had a society of Brahmanas. Why he said that? Yes, that is required. Because then only you will become properly Krishna conscious. It is not that you have to be born in a Brahmana family to become a Brahmana. That's not what the Shastra says. Samo damas tapas saucham kshantira arjavam evacha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. The swabhava of a Brahmana is he is in sattva guna, and because of that he has all these qualities. That is how you make a Brahmana, by his quality. And if he is a devotee, he will automatically have this quality. The shortcut to become a Brahmana is to become a devotee. You will automatically. Brahmana is a byproduct which you can get if you become a devotee. That's what is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Even in the Bhagavatam, yasya yal lakshanam proktam. Narada Muni is telling Yudhishthira, the lakshana should be seen. A person born in a Shudra family, if he has got Brahmana qualities, he should be accepted as a Brahmana. Prahlad born in an Asura family, right? He is accepted by the Supreme Lord as a devotee. And he became very dear to all devotees and Brahmanas and rishis and sages because of the quality, because of the character which automatically develop if you are a devotee. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarver guneis tatra samasate sura harav abhaktasya kuto mahad guna manorate nasati dhavato bahi. Very nice shloka in the Bhagavatam says, all the great qualities of the devatas, everything will settle on the person who has become a devotee automatically. But a person who is not a devotee, harav abhaktasya kuto mahad guna, what good quality can he have? Manorate nasati dhavato bahi. He is being dictated by the mind, and he will be driving the chariot of the mind full of rituals. What good quality can he have? Asat in the material world outside. Bahi. What good quality can he have? So, Prabhupada wanted to establish a society of Brahmanas, and he did that and asked us to do by chanting Hare Krishna and rendering service to Krishna. You will develop brahminical qualities. Right? You will develop brahminical qualities. And it's because of Brahmanas who did not understand this, did not become devotees, but used their power and position as Brahmanas and exploited society. Horrible things happened in religion. This is history. Shringi cursed Parikshit. Prabhupada explains the first fall of the Brahmana started. Kali Yuga has started. So Shringi, that young Brahmana boy, cursed the Emperor Parikshit. And his father Samikarishi said, oh, what did you do, my dear boy? Something very greatly wrong. Big mistake you have done. And he counseled his son, you shouldn't have done this. Brahmanas don't do this. He is such a powerful Kshatriya. He is a devotee and you have cursed him using your Brahminical power. So Prabhupada explains that the fall of the Brahmana started from Shringi. Afterwards it was all fall of Brahmanas, and therefore Kshatriyas also fell down. Because Kshatriyas without Brahminical advice cannot function. So they became Dashu Prayeshu. The Bhagavatam gives the whole lineage. It speaks about Chandragupta Maurya, Chanakya Pandit and all in the Bhagavatam. All these kings will come in the line. They are all useless, it says. But you will read in a history book, the golden age of the Guptas. But Bhagavatam says useless. Because never speak any Krishna consciousness. So you will see, Brahmanas fell down, everything fell down. They became corrupt. If you trace history, although now there's a lot of discussion about, our culture is very great. And if you ask, Hinduism is a way of life, it is not a religion. Nonsense. These are all new modern Hinduism. All spoiled things. All corrupt things coming from people who don't know what is really religion. Right? This pastime tells us very clearly what is religion. The Brahmana wives were highest religious followers according to Krishna. But the Brahmanas themselves did not get the point. You understand how important it is to understand properly what is Krishna consciousness, what is Hinduism, what is Dharma, and all sorts of people start talking about Dharma. Political people start talking about Dharma. Why? Because there's no Brahmana to talk properly what is Dharma. So all Tom, Dick and Harry comment on Sanatana Dharma. And nobody follows it. But everybody wants to comment on it. And those who follow it don't comment on it. This is the way Kali Yuga functions. So Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada stood up from the topmost place and said, this is Sanatana Dharma. Chant the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Worship Krishna, establish Krishna in the temples, do kirtan in front of him, worship him, eat prasadam, do study of the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita, hear Krishna Katha, spread Krishna's glories. He went everywhere and told this. Because in Kali Yuga, people are doing the opposite. So people find it very difficult to understand. Enna pandringa neenga? Hinduism na ipdi. Hinduism na apdi. They'll give all sorts of things. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself demonstrated that. When Shankaracharya's followers, he went to Banaras, they were telling, what is this young sannyasi dancing? First of all, he's looking very beautiful and very handsome. He's Ajanu Lambita Bujo, looking 6.5, 7 feet tall, golden complexion, and he's is showing his body, and he's got just one this thing, and all the women are going behind him, and everybody is attracted to him, and he's dancing. How can this man dance like this? A sannyasi. He should study the Vedanta Sutra. Why is he dancing? First of all, they were concerned he may get too many followers here, more than me. He's doing different marketing technique. Should stop him. So they spoke ill of him. And then he was invited to a sammelan of all these sannyasis. You are also sannyasi, you come. So Lord Chaitanya was waiting for this invitation. He knows he wanted to give mercy to all the sannyasis there. Tell them really what is sannyasa, what you should worship, what you should do. So they were all thinking, I am Narayana, Om Namo Narayanaya. And each one will look at each other as Narayana and pay obeisances to each other. Saying, you are Narayana, I am Narayana. We are both two Narayanas paying obeisances to each other. Narayana. They have their own philosophy. But in between came the real Narayana. And he came as a sannyasi. So that they'll pay obeisances to me, to the real Narayana. And they'll get benefit. So he went inside and stood there. And very humbly he took a position outside, where they will wash their legs. And he sat there and then he let his tejas come out. Because he is the supreme absolute truth. And boom, tejas came out of him. And he was just sitting there like this, folding his legs like this and sitting with one thing. And all of them were watching, my gosh, who is this person? He looks so, full of tejas. Who is a Narayana? All these sannyasis are thinking in their mind. And then Prakashananda Saraswati, who criticized, came and told him, please come and sit down here. He said, no, I am not an exalted sannyasi. I am just a small, very new person. I am in sannyas school, very small person. Then Prakashananda says, no, and held his hand. Come here, sit with us. Because he became very attracted to him. And he pulled his hand and brought him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and sat in the center of all the sannyasis. And they asked him, why are you dancing like this here in Kirtan? Should you not be reading the Vedanta Sutra? So, Guru More Shashana Kori, Murkha. He told, my Guru Maharaj told me I am a fool, I will not understand Vedanta Sutra. So he told me to chant this mantra. I am chanting, following Guru. But I cannot control my emotions, my love for Krishna. I dance and tears come from my eyes. I'm very sorry if you're feeling bad about it, but I can't help it. Whenever I chant, I dance, I cry, and I'm very sorry. Because my Guru told me I am a fool. I will not understand Vedanta Sutra. Immediately all the sannyasis understood some powerful message. You guys will not understand Vedanta Sutra. You don't know. Just chant, this is Kali Yuga. He gave this message. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing it. And all of them become completely impressed. Because he will give Vedanta Sutra explanation with Bhakti as the main element. And they will completely fall for it. They'll say, we want to get initiated by you. He said, no, not necessary to get reinitiated. You chant Hare Krishna. Because he is the original Narayana whom they are reading about in the Vedic scriptures, Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi and all that. He himself has come here. And they could understand. They even told him, you must be that same person whom the Vedas speak about. Otherwise, how is it possible that you have spoken the Vedanta Sutra so simply, so nicely to us? They all started chanting Hare Krishna. So, the process is very simple. You can immediately connect with Krishna in love, and that is the meaning of religion. Religion means learning how to love God. Religion does not mean lot of ritualistic things. Religion means this is the essence. So we are directly being told by Prabhupada, according to the previous Acharyas and Lord Chaitanya, to engage directly in developing love of God by chanting Hare Krishna. That's what we are doing. Purely spiritual. Awakening yourself and awakening your relationship with Krishna. Now don't ritualize this. That is what is our greatest impediment. Because we are used to ritual before, and many of us are devout Hindus, having worshipped Ayyappa, Muruga, Ganesha, Devi, 33 crores of demigods, and lived in very nice pious Hindu families, and maybe even in Brahmana families. We have a tendency to, I feel I want to do this. அந்த ஐயப்பா ஒரு 42 நாள் fasting பண்ணி, I want to take that kattu on my head and go, then only I will feel comfortable. After that I will chant everything nicely. I accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. ஆனால் அந்த ஒரு feeling, like one fellow told me, one devotee told me a very amazing joke related to this. He said, some operation happened for somebody, and maybe I should not state that, caught in ritual, and you think that ritual, if I do, I feel satisfied. This is a conditioning we have. If you do the ritualistic, now I can sleep, now I can scroll on my this thing and all that. That's what you feel. After you chant Hare Krishna, I am supposed to open up the phone and now I am free to do what I want. This is again ritual. So we have to be very careful that we don't ritualize our own spiritual practice. They keep it fresh, dynamic, always in association with Krishna. And if you're thinking of Krishna and relating with Krishna proactively, then you will always remain fresh in Krishna consciousness. So don't also think that we are a brahminical society and therefore certain things which brahmanas have done in the past I should also do. No. Brahmanas should show everybody how to worship Krishna. Yajanti, Yajana, Patana Patana, Yajana Yajana, Dana Parigraha. You should teach how to worship Krishna by himself worshipping Krishna. You should read Vedic literatures and tell the essence to others and make them also read. This is what Prabhupada asked us to do. We are reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita. We explain it to others. We make them also read it. We make them also chant Hare Krishna and worship Krishna at home. We tell them develop love for Krishna by all these activities. This is the essence, the core of the whole Vedic literature, the core of Vedic understanding. The Bhagavad Gita core is also this. We are directly doing that. It is not something different that we are doing. It is just that it was stopped by ritualistic thing. Sakaline hamata. You see, brahmanas, I said, fell down. When the Britishers ruled, they became attracted to the money that the Britishers gave them and employed them, and made them rewrite certain things and change the scriptural understanding. And the Brahmins were agreeing to do that because they were fallen. They were fallen. Many of them became converted. Why? Because they were fallen. They were fallen. They given money, some facility, some sense gratification, they'll change their religion also. They don't mind forgetting. And those brahmanas who were there holding fort in the big temples, they were also corrupt. They were taking huge amounts of money. They had huge lands under them. You see, if you go to history in Kerala, you will see communism came up in Kerala because of brahmanas' corruption. In Tamil Nadu also, DMK party was formed because of corruption of brahmanas. You see the history. If you go back and see, people don't want to talk about it. Because Hindus, we are, and you are telling like this. But they have a legitimate reason also there. The brahmanas were occupying all the posts given by the Britishers. Because they were very good, very intelligent, they learnt English very fast, they were speaking good English. All the jobs of the Britishers were with the Brahmins. 92% of the jobs in Chennai, that time Madras residency, was with the Brahmins. So in all these other Vaishyas who were pretty rich, the other people, all of them became very disturbed. Because validation, if I get a job with a Britisher, that means I am something. I am a somebody, because that is the type of climate the Britishers set up. If you are working in the British government and a job directly, means you are a very great fellow, because they will only choose such good people. So now they all fell left out. Although I have money, I am a Vaishya, I cultivate, I got lot of money, but therefore these bloody fellows are occupying all the posts. That anti-brahminical feeling started. Right? And from there came this whole parties. First feeling is this. And they were also very proud, the Brahmins. At that time, of course, a lot of their wealth and everything had gone down, but they had some position in temples and this and that. Then seeing that they were making money, these other people went and complained to the British. Temple Lende, they are taking all the money, and these fellows, all the lands belong to him, he's doing all these things. So the Britishers came and saw that, wow, temple is getting very big income. And these fellows are coming and favorably complaining to us about their own people, their own religion, their own priest. So it's a good chance for us to, they introduced, temple will be taken over by the government. They took over the government and the money went into their pocket. Not even into the Brahmana's pocket. At least it should have remained inside the Hindu society. Now they did a stupid thing. They went and complained to the third party fellow. That fellow said, very good, very nice idea you have given me. He took all the money and said, who cares about your Brahmanism or your Brahmana or your temple? I want only the money. He took the money. Then they kept levying taxes. Again, took all the temple's funds. And the Brahmins became no money. They became beggars. Now, so they were very happy. But what is the use? But what is the use? This is the history of the Brahmanas, you will see. Fallen Brahmanas. But Prabhupada has created a society wherein you have real Brahmins. Why? You are a devotee of Krishna. And he said that is the way. Anybody can become Brahmin. So the last time DMK party man had come and say, I told him, sir, we are making Australian Brahmana, American Brahmana, African Brahmana, worldwide Brahmana we are making. He was very happy to hear this. I explained to him this whole thing and told him that you also can become Brahmana. Swami, he became very thrilled with this idea. Because of the anti-Brahmin sentiment. But this is what Prabhupada has done. I am boldly saying certain things. These people are recording. I don't know. But this is not for public. Prabhupada's work is to produce genuine brahmanas, advise the leadership in the whole world, and take everybody back to Godhead. Bring back real religion. Right? So this is an example of people who are very devoutly thinking that they are correct, but they are not. And in the end, these brahmanas are realizing that. At least they realized. And they said, our wives are better here. They actually understood, really. So, everybody should understand what is real religion. And by following this real religion of Harinam Sankirtan, you can become a brahmana. Because your qualities will change, your character will change. You will be purified. And that is the meaning of a brahmana. He has not got unnecessary attachment, anger, lust, greed, and he doesn't want great wealth or anything. He is just interested in sharing this knowledge with others, helping them according to their guna karma to do their seva for the Lord. In this way, human society will become centered on Krishna. Right? So this is what Prabhupada wanted, a Brahmin society of people who are capable of advising others and leading them into Krishna consciousness. So when you chant Hare Krishna, remember what is real religion and learn to develop love of God, Krishna Prema, develop relationship with Krishna in love. And in this way you will become a very useful resource for human society. And everybody can be taught by you. Right? And in this way people will be saved. This is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's mission. Anybody can become a devotee, therefore anybody can become a brahmana. Okay? Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nittai Gaura Premanande. Any comment or question? Okay. Hare Krishna.